But this is a sign of things to come. You know, for them to do this type of collaborations, I'm noticing more companies are doing collaborations. This means that there's something else down the road. To be truthful, that's the only thing I can come away with. This is that something is going to be happening down the road.
This wasn't written with your comfort in mind. Nah. Made my decision, wasn't tough to decide. Nah. Me and my boys, we get it done every time. Gotta earn it, you can't just jump in the line. You'll get rushed to the side. I top my division, I've been building since I started. In the parking lot, I parked it. I came in while picking targets. My career cannot be tarnished. I'm a champion regardless. Celebrate, but this a different kind of lucha party. We are not alike.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Mikhail Casanova coming at you with another KAS reaction, another reaction video. And today we're looking at kind of a surprise announcement. I think the Tekken news bandwagons is running wild, and I'm expecting Tekken 8 to be announced at some point. I mean, we got the Netflix show, and now Sega and Bandai-Namco are collaborating with Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown having a Tekken 7 collaboration, which is interesting. For those who may not think this is a big deal, have a seat. Let me talk to you for a minute. Let me talk to you. So, why this is huge is Tekken and Virtua Fighter were the first two ever 3D fighting games to ever exist. AM2 Studios, which was the creator of Virtua Fighter, which came out back in the early 90s, first fighting game ever. And then from that, we had Rave War come out a few years later, or a year and a half later, which was Bandai Namco's answer to Virtua Fighter. Rave War would go on to be named Tekken. So that's a little history for you. And if you really want to dive deep into the rivalry between Sega and Bandai Namco, it goes pretty deep. You know, for every Virtua Cop, we had a Time Crisis. For every, every Sega Rally or Virtua Racer, we had Ridge Racer. You know, like they were going back and forth a lot in the 90s and even in the early 2000s. I mean, and I know a lot of people, a lot of gamers now are probably too young, or they were born in the late 90s to early 2000s or mid 2000s at this point, which is crazy. Like I'm revealing my age. I'm in my 30s. It's interesting when you look at how, like, in 2002, 2003, 2004, the big topic of discussion was which was better, Tekken 4 or Virtua Fighter 4. And then, like, Virtua Fighter 4 got two additional revisions. It got Evo, and I believe it got, was it Final Round? Correct me in the comment section. I know there's another one. I'll probably pop it up here in one of these corners. But that was a big thing because those were the two juggernauts for 3D fighters. You know, a lot of other things fell off. I mean, rest in peace to Bloody Roar. That fell off. I wish that series would come back. Dead or Alive wasn't really in the conversation. I mean, it was an Xbox exclusive by 2001. But it was very heavily, influenced by Virtua Fighter. Down to it's got the same buttons. The mechanics are slightly different, but it's got a lot of the same buttons. So what I'm trying to say here, and without being too long-winded, is there's always been a desire to have a Virtua Fighter and Tekken collaboration within a lot of us old school fighting game fans. I don't think the modern FGC cares about that, but for a lot of us who grew up with the genesis and evolution of gaming, that was a topic. That was Tekken versus Virtua Fighter was just as big, if not bigger, than Street Fighter versus Fatal Fury or Art of Fighting or Street Fighter versus King of Fighters. This was monumental back then. So we're gonna see what this trailer is about. I hope it's not anything like, I don't want to get disappointed by it, but I do think whatever this collaboration is, it's a huge step, and it's something that we should start paying attention to, because I think, Harada-san, Katsuhiro Harada, who's been running Tekken for decades now, he has wanted to do a collaboration with Virtua Fighter for a long time, but Sega, for the longest, they weren't trying to risk, and I understand because they were a third party company. They weren't really trying to do anything with Virtua Fighter until they gave it over to Ryogaga Toku Studios, who currently runs the the Yakuza series. So since it got put in their hands and they rebuilt Virtua Fighter 5 in the Yakuza engine, and it's been doing well. I mean, it hasn't really blown up in popularity, but it's, truthfully speaking, even though it's an older title, Virtua Fighter 5 originally came out in 2007. It is one of the best and deepest fighting games even to this day. I personally would put it over Tekken 6, Tag Tournament 2, and Tekken 7 as far as like the layers of depth that are in the fighting engine. Now, Tekken is more accessible. You don't have to really lab and learn the character. But, you do have to learn your character, but not to the extent that you would in Virtua Fighter. So anyways, with that backstory all out of the way, let's go ahead and we're going to check out this this trailer. And before we do, make sure you sub to the channel, ding the notification bell. That way you stay up to date with all the latest and greatest content, and leave a comment and let me know what you think. Also, if you want to support the content we do, we got channel memberships, we got Patreon. I almost said Patreon. We got merch on Teespring and TeePublic. Links to everything is going to be down in the description below. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into this trailer. Okay, that's Katsuya. Yeah, Katsuya. Looking damn good in the Virtua Fighter engine. Some eyebrows though. Wait, is that because
この時を待ってたぜ。よし、行くぞ。いや。行くぞ。Round 1. Ready, go! オラオラオラ
I'm small kind, like I'm a little tilted by that. I thought this, I thought it would have been cool to introduce a new character. If they're going to do this collaboration with Tekken 7, put the characters in there. But, the Tekken costumes on the characters look great in the Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown engine. I just honestly would have expected put Kazuya and Jin and Heihachi in the game. I understand why they're not, because they would have to retool like the controls, because you've got a 4-button layout for Tekken versus the 3-button layout for Virtua Fighter, so it had to be retooled. But this is a sign of things to come. For them to do this type of collaborations. I'm noticing more companies are doing collaborations. This means that there's something else down the road, to be truthful. That's the only thing I can come away with this, is that something is going to be happening down the road. I would go so far as to say it looks better than Tekken 7, honestly. The Yakuza engine is, definitely, or the, it definitely does look better. You also got to keep in mind that Tekken 7 is an older title. It's been around since 2014, 2015, if not longer than that, before it came to consoles. So it is an older title, whereas this is using a newer engine. But as I said, the sign of things to come. It's not a bad thing at all that this is happening. I do think that we're going to get more. I think we're probably I think there's going to be a crossover title. Even though Virtua Fighter 8, or not really Virtua Fighter, Tekken 8 has been announced, I think that they have or at least we've seen like we know it's in development. I wouldn't be mad if they made a collaboration with Virtua Fighter. I'd rather see that than, I know a lot of people want to see Tekken cross Street Fighter. I'm good on that, truthfully. Although maybe they could, since they've got the Street Fighter 5 is going to look good. But I think we're going to get another Virtua Fighter. I think Virtua Fighter 6 is around the corner. I think we're going to be getting another. Obviously, we're getting another Tekken, and we're definitely getting a new, we get into Street Fighter. So this is like a good time for fighting games. I mean, we got a new King of Fighters. There's another SNK title that's in the works. Not sure what that is, but probably might be another Fatal Fury. Maybe Mark of the Wolves too. Don't know. I'm just excited. I'm excited to see what we got coming down the pipeline. But with that being said, what do you guys think of this collaboration between Virtua Fighter and 5 Ultimate Showdown and Tekken 7, the costume collaboration? Were you let down by that? Were you excited by it? Whatever your thoughts are, let's go ahead and get the conversation going in the comment section below. And if you want to take the conversation further, we do have Discord as well as Guilded, with links to those are in the description below. Also, if you want to support the content, make sure you sub to the channel, ding the notification bell. Support the content on Patreon, patreon.com/MikhailCasanova, as well as become a channel member here on YouTube for early and exclusive access on various content. All that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hope you have a blessed and aloha rest of your day. Be easy, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Mahalo for making it to the end of the video. And if you found anything of importance or substance that you gained from watching this, make sure you leave a comment down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, make sure you sub to the channel and ding the notification bell. That way you stay up to date on all the content that you get from my channel, from podcasts, streams, reviews, impressions, reactions, and so much more. If you want to support what we do have channel memberships. We've got Patreon, we've got Subscribe Star, as well as coffee, which I would love to be drinking some coffee right now, which I am. That's some good coffee. But anyway, we got all of that, and we also have merch on Teespring and TeePublic, so make sure you go check that out. And all that being said, I just hope to see you in the next video that I put out. So hey, see you around.